Hey guys, what's poppin'? Jacques Slade here, and a couple of weeks ago I did an unboxing of the new Nike Kyrie 6 in the colorway of the Nike Yeezy 2 via Nike by You. There was the Platinum, the Solar Red, and the Red October. Considering that the shoes cost $12, $8, and $15,000 respectively, I figured this would be a good option for people that want those shoes or want to get their hands on those shoes at a price that's relatively cheap. Now, let me be clear. I know that this isn't a Yeezy 2, but with the design, the shape, and the details on the Nike Kyrie 6, it was almost impossible for people to see that shoe and not associate it with the Yeezy 2. From the strap on the upper to the molded heel to even like the placement and the shape of the tongue, it really is like a 2020 performance version of the lifestyle silhouette. Because I knew I was going to do a video about the shoe, I ordered 3 pairs on Nike ID or Nike by You the moment they were available. I had my pure platinum pair with me when I was recreating the look, and you can see that they look pretty similar. For the Kyrie pair, I should have gone with an off-white or gray colorway on the side panels instead of the white. I didn't realize how bright it was going to pop, but you can see the difference when I put the two together. It looks really obvious. You can also see the difference on the outsoles. For the original pair, the outsole is more green than the Kyrie pair. The Kyrie pair is more like a milky glow in the dark color, which I don't see as a big issue. The last bit is the laces. A simple lace swap will make all of that come together, and I'm not sure why I just left them white instead of making them gray the first time. Now, the reds on the liner though, those are actually a lot closer than I expected them to be. But there is one thing on the new pair that I wish was a bit different, and it's the toe box. I talked about this in the original video, but when Ben designed the Nike Kyrie 6, he added a rubber pad at the toe. Because it wraps over the top of the shoe, you lose the look when you look at them from the medial side or from a top-down shot. It's definitely not a deal breaker, but I do think it would have made the Yeezy 2 look a bit more complete for the Yeezy fanatic. So as I mentioned, I picked these up from Nike's new service called Nike by You. Truthfully, it isn't actually a new service. It's a rebranded version of Nike ID that I still think is honestly the best deal out there for custom shoes if you're into that type of thing in your own style. One of the best things about the Nike by You experience is that it comes in a pretty nondescript box. For some odd reason, Nike started shipping shoes in a box that says a Nike on the shipping tape right across the upper, which I think is just an invitation for Porsche pirates to come and steal your product. However, the unboxing experience is actually pretty cool with Nike by You. The shoes actually come in an all-white box that has Nike by You written on the top. The best part is that instead of the traditional tag, it has a tag with your name on it, the shoe size, model number, and an actual image of the shoe. I actually wish all Nike shoes came with this tag like this. Not the name part, but an actual image of the shoe. It would make things 100 times easier when you're looking for a certain pair of shoes. When you have a bunch of the same boxes and you can just see that image there, oh, it'd be so much easier. The tissue paper is actually a really good quality, and it also has a bunch of Nike logos all over it if you're into that kind of thing, including a Nike basketball, which I thought was pretty random. Overall, I think the packaging and presentation is really nice, especially since these are essentially a one-of-one version of the shoe, and they have to link that one-of-one with the sticker on the box. So kudos to Nike for creating a really dope experience and making sure that all comes together. Speaking of an experience, when the option for the Kyrie 6 first hit Nike by You, they actually limited some of the options when you select the glow-in-the-dark outsole, which you all know is a crucial part of the Yeezy sneaker. Initially, you could only get the glow-in-the-dark outsole if you picked a white or gray upper. This is why I used the black outsole on that first pair I ordered. I tried a couple of different options with the color of the upper by going with gray, and then I did a gum outsole, but they just didn't feel right for that solar red. Black completed the look the best for me. However, about a week later, Nike switched up the options and let you order the glow-in-the-dark outsole with the black upper, and they actually made it look better than the gray or white pair in my opinion. As I showed you earlier, the toe down on the Kyrie 6 loses that Yeezy 2 feel because of the way the outsole wraps around at the toe. But with the new options, you can get the solar red feel because they give you the glow-in-the-dark outsole, but they flip the toe area with all black so that the toe down looks super clean.
All eyes on the way I vibe when I walk into the room. Wind blows underneath the soles of my brand new pair of shoes. I got the attention, I'm on a mission. No sweat in the way I step, I got a fresh new attitude.
The the upper is all black, which is basically what you get with the Yeezy, and then the outsole is glow in the dark, so basically it's like the perfect pair. You're still missing the air unit in the heel, and the outsole does ride up a little high on the lateral side of the shoe, but overall, I think this looks really good. So after putting all these together, I just started to wonder, why would Nike do this? Why would Nike allow you to create an almost identical looking Yeezy colorway on Kyrie's new performance sneaker? Now, I know there have been a ton of sneakers that have been given the Kanye treatment through Nike by You, but the question still remains, why? On one hand, I like that Nike knows that the community really loves that shoe, and most people aren't able to get their hands on an original pair, so this is how they give the people what they want. On the other hand, if the relationship between Nike and Kanye is as strained as we're led to believe, why allow people to keep creating shoes inspired by a guy that the company doesn't want to work with? Is this Nike's way of trolling Kanye? I don't know. It's one thing to allow people to make Kanye-inspired colorways of sneakers that have no relation to the original pair, but with the Kyrie 6, the look is so similar to the Yeezy 2 that they had to know that people were going to make their own versions of the sneaker. To be honest, the Kyrie 6 is like a new age performance version of the Yeezy 2. I know that Kanye has plans for a basketball sneaker with Adidas, but if he would have stayed with Nike, I feel like this is the direction his sneakers would have gone in. He may have had some old school sneaker design elements mixed into the shoe, but the overall look and feel would be very close to what we see here. And Kyrie, he really is the perfect guy to lead that charge into the new age. I can see Kyrie and Kanye together, both talking about signs and symbols and what they mean and the third eye and all those abstract things and how they help them in their everyday lives. In the sneaker media, you always hear the press ask NBA players if they would rock a Kanye designed sneaker on court, and this is essentially that come to life. Now, does that mean we will see Kyrie rock a Yeezy inspired colorway of the Kyrie 6 on court? To be honest, I doubt it. I think that would be sick and sneaker blogs would go crazy, but I don't think Nike would do it officially. And that is the weird thing about all of this. Nike knows what the Kyrie 6 looks like, and yet they will not release an official version of the shoe in a Yeezy colorway. Is it because they would have to admit that Kanye has a ton of influence on the sneaker culture? Is there a legal reason they can't do it? If so, do they get around those rules by letting us create our own versions of the shoe via Nike by You? But isn't that essentially the same thing? I obviously don't have the answer to that question, and I doubt we will ever find out. I'm just happy we get to create the look we like on a sneaker, for the most part. The other super interesting thing about this whole Nike by You Kyrie 6 situation is that Nike is actually limiting the number of pairs that they release. They're almost treating it like a quick strike where you have to basically be ready when the option becomes available online in order to get yourself a pair. That isn't something that happens very often. I know they do very special editions or on certain shoes, but for a general release like the Kyrie 6, it is pretty strange to see Nike label them as sold out. Part of me wants to think it's about inventory control, that the shoe was just really popular and they had to limit the numbers so that they could do the delivery within the shipping window, but I don't know. Both times that I ordered the shoes, they came within a few weeks. The second Kyrie 6 wasn't supposed to come until mid-January and it was delivered a few days ago. Hopefully this doesn't become a trend with Nike. I know a lot of high school teams order their team shoes through Nike by You, and it would really suck if they quote unquote sold out before everyone on the team was able to order themselves a pair. So, is this a Yeezy? No, this is a Kyrie 6 that I set up to look like a Yeezy 2 via Nike by You. The crazy thing is that despite the strained relationship between Nike and Kanye, people like you and I still want that relationship between the two to work. That's not to say that Kanye hasn't done some cool stuff with Adidas. There was something unique and noteworthy about Kanye working with Nike that makes people recreate the limited time that Kanye had with Nike on all sorts of silhouettes, from Roshi runs to air flights to the Pegasus running shoe. You've seen people do everything they can to recreate the magic that Nike and Kanye had together. I am one of those people, and I'm not afraid to admit that. That is part of why the sneaker culture is so great. We all have the option to like what we like. Was Kanye the first to rock an all red sneaker? No. However, for the foreseeable future, whenever we see a red sneaker, especially if it is designed in the style of the Yeezy 2, we're probably going to call it the Red October. So for any of those that want to recreate any of these designs on Nike by You, I included a link to all three pairs down below. I put both pairs of the Solar Red I created down there as well, in case you haven't been able to decide between the original black outsole pair that I created or the new glow in the dark pair that I created just for this video. My personal favorite is the glow in the dark pair because of the toe down and the glow in the dark outsole. Let me know which one you like. I'm Jacques Slade. As always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace. Yo, hey guys, it's poppin', Jacques Slade here. Back with another unboxing, and today, let's get right into it. This is some Nike ID love in the Kyrie / Kanye sort of vibe. You know what? It's a Kyreezy. Yes, a Kyreezy. So these are the